Yo, what's up, man? GoReacts back with another one. Today, we're going to react to a video. Cuban Link explains how Fat Joe stabbed Big Pun to death with a knife, which is the reason he died. Now, if you haven't heard what's been going on between Cuban Link, a former member of Terror Squad, Fat Joe, a famous member of Terror Squad, came out with Lean Back, all that, right? Allegedly, according to the Star Report and Cuban Link himself, there is paperwork out on Fat Joe. Now, if you don't know what paperwork means, that means somebody is a registered informant, either state or federal, right? It means they're snitching, they're ratting, right? So basically, Cuban Link's been going out there, and what's funny to me about this is that isn't telling the internet that somebody possibly, before we even start the video, is it telling the internet that somebody killed somebody else? Isn't that ratting? So you're pointing the finger, you're calling the kettle black, because aren't you snitching? Again, I'm a civilian. All this stuff is mere entertainment to me. You know what I mean? I don't go in any street circles. I don't know nothing about the street world. All I know is I'm entertained by it. That's it. So I'm not calling anybody a rat and saying anybody's less of a man because they snitched. I'm just saying this is what's being said. But it's funny to me that you would get on YouTube before we even start the video and talk about or even allude to the fact that a man committed a murder, but you're also trying to call that dude a snitch. It seems backwards, but let's check the video out.
One day he steps out with you, you bring him with you, he goes to a club, he starts a fight, and you end up jumping in, just two of y'all against 20. First hit he goes down, but you fight because you are built like the way you are. But your natural instinct was stand up for your friend. When he was outnumbered, when somebody was messing with him, you stood up for, with him and for him. You end up getting stabbed, you go to the hospital, you get stitched up, you do what you do, right? Real scar, right? Real nothing, right? Then you bring him in. And then you get in a situation where you're into the music, you come out with a crew, you got full of clips, it's you, your man, Pun, of course. And then I'm like, come on, man. After the stabbing and all that, I forgave. Come on, man, don't worry about that, baby. From the hood.
Okay, whoa. Hold up, hold the phone. There's no way I could have that much loyalty to the way the hood works to where I'd be able to forgive somebody who fucking stabbed me. Did you see that stab wound that he had in his stomach? He went for his stomach. He was trying to kill him, right? This nigga forgave. I could never have enough loyalty to the damn hood. We from the hood, baby. It's all good. What the fuck? Shit happens? Yeah, shit happens, but niggas don't get stabbed like that on a regular. I mean, that is some crazy shit. I just would never be able to forgive somebody who stabbed me. I guess this is why he's kind of coming after him now. But to forgive a nigga, I guess, because it's probably not the hood. What it is that Fat Joe has the bag, right? Fat Joe is a fairly wealthy entertainer, right? Probably the wealthiest out of TS. Well, definitely the wealthiest out of TS, right? Especially when Big Pun died, right? He became the capo, right? He became the boss, right? So my whole thing is, you've got loyalty to the nigga that could still put you in position. That's what that is. Don't leave the hood out of it. Like, the hood has nothing to do with your loyalty to that guy who can get you paid.
Because it's supposed to be real shit, right? And now this runs with that in me. I'm not even talking about just Joe. Runs with the enemy. Runs about downfall. Bad talks me, make up lies now. See how life is. So I don't really have no words, right? Because at the end of the day, this is a. I know everything he is the opposite. He talks tough, but he's far from tough. He looks in the mirror and thinks he's the handsomest. But inside, how he looks is he feels ugly. He's unsure of himself. He is. That's what he's called. You know what I'm saying? He wants to escape the world, so he uses drugs. He used drugs. To the point where he was begging on, in the street for nickels and dimes, opening gas station doors. What can I say about that? And that's the same guy right now talking about bro. 2 years later, he thinks this is like Christianity. Like, he got saved, so he's like, all the sins are going away, or all the memories of going away when they seen him, sleeping in Pebble Beach in Forest Projects in the top, and then they seen them, overdose in Danny Loco's barbershop in the bathroom. He thinks people forget that. So, what can I say to a guy like that? And then I forgive him again. I think he's bad talking me the first time. But I accepted him again, and then that's when he had the real crackhead shit. That's when he was Pookie.
Now, I don't know Fat Joe like that, but I have a tough time believing that Fat Joe was addicted to crack. He's too fucking fat. I mean, yo, tell me that Fat Joe was addicted to eating burgers. Tell me he was addicted to eating pernil con habichuelas, but don't tell me that he was addicted to crack. When you see a crack fiends, they keep a certain weight. There's a crack weight, right? Where it's like, you like in that 145 to 160 range for weight. Like you're not full figured like that. Usually crack addicts are very, very skinny. I've rarely seen, and I've seen crack addicts before, I've rarely seen a fat crack addict. So I have a tough time believing that Joey Crack was addicted to crack. I think this sounds preposterous. But again, I don't know the guy, and Cuban Link knows him better than me, but I don't know. It sounds weird.
He came back like Pookie. Now he wants to be my friend after he's Pookie. Wait, he's over there with the Tone Sunshine, singing. He's over there talking about me. Turns to Pookie, he wants to QB. Yeah, okay. Cool. QB accepts him because the hood wants the love and the Gillies and the Little Hex and the Sing-Sings and the Dalinocos.
And I know Son is trying to speak without directly implicating people, although he did show his stab wound. But sometimes, man, it's hard to follow what this nigga is saying. What the fuck did he just say there? What? And it's not even because he was speaking Spanish. I just don't know what the fuck he was talking about. What? I don't know. I can't formulate the last couple of things he just said into a coherent statement, which leads me to this. Kids, stay in school, man. So you don't have to do any of this kind of shit and tell your story in this way. Stay in school, kids.
They want us to have. I say, you know what? I know I need to give him some tough love, and I should have given him the tough love that he needed. And I told all of them this. I should have did it. Little trip to the hospital. It's still love. They told me no. It's still business. I tried. Yeah, another one. God, another axe in my back. As soon as he got, he went to the rehab. Took care, put a little water in him. 21 days. He came back. He went to Joe. Straight extra deep. Jumped over there again. Cuban Link again. Now it's forget it. So what can I say to a guy like, y'all tell me, what can I say? And now he's making up lies. Now he's making up lies. Come on, man. Come on, kid.
A couple of reasons why I have problems with this video. Number one, he mentions pun maybe one time in the video, and it's kind of clickbaity. This video is kind of clickbaity because it's like, he's really dancing around the topic. He's really beating around the bush when it comes to this. He basically says he was stabbed by Fat Joe. Now, unless you have people and you're powerful enough to falsify medical records, the medical records say that Big Pun died of a heart attack. Right? That can mean a lot of things, right? But we know he was a heavyset guy, right? This is most likely what happened. Again, I don't know these dudes, so I can't say for certain. But I'm like, unless you have somebody on the inside who can falsify medical records, sometimes snitches can get out of things, but murder, not typically. Sometimes snitches can get out of stuff because they are an asset to the federal or state government, especially Fed snitches, right? Which I think is what Fat Joe has on him, is that he's a federal snitch, right? He snitched on a murder and some drug deals and some stuff like that. That's what they're saying, allegedly, right? So my whole thing is, this video is very clickbaity, right? Because it's not really detailing anything where you would go, oh yeah, wow. You never have an aha moment with it. You're like, okay, Fat Joe might have stabbed Cuban Link. Cuban Link has a stab in his stomach. There could have been a lot of guys who did that, right? We don't know that for certain. This guy is saying that he was stabbed, right? And again, we don't really know what happened with Big Pun, right? But if they're falsifying medical records, which I don't think they probably were, right? Guy probably died of a heart attack. And again, what would be the incentive for Fat Joe? Fat Joe doesn't own Big Pun's catalog. He said that on Drink Champs. He doesn't make $1 from Big Pun, right? He's given all the rights to the family's estate, right? So he don't make any money off of Capital Punishment, any of these albums that were big, right, that are classics, right? He doesn't make any money off of that. So what would be the incentive to kill your man? I don't know. It seems funny in the light. It seems like the guy's trying to stir up something to get something going for himself. That's what I'm saying. The paperwork might be falsified. Who knows? Right? And again, a lot of these rap niggas are snitches. A lot of these niggas are telling. They're talking to the state and federal government, right? They're snitching, right? So on one end, I could believe how it could be true. And on the other end, I'm like, man, I need more information.